Hello, people! How you all doing today? Hope you all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews, and I am Tony, bringing you another multi-part review, another two-part review to be exact. And this is episode 143, and we're on part 1 of 2. And today I want to talk about the launch of the PlayStation 2. I remember when I first got my PlayStation 2, it was on Christmas Eve of the year 2000. It was the original no model, which is like the original one with the big bulky one with the sliding desk door and stuff. Yeah, I remember getting that for Christmas Eve and stuff, and got a bunch of games for it and stuff when it first came out. It had games like Tekken Tag Tournament, Time Splitters, Summoner, Smuggler's Run, SSX, and more. And you're probably wondering, why am I even bringing this up? Well, for today's episode, we're going to be looking at one of the series that started off as a launch title on the PlayStation 2, and it was pretty much made by the company Rockstar. And this will be a two-part review, like I said, and we're talking about the Smuggler's Run franchise. And part 1, we're going to look at the original Smuggler's Run, then for part 2, we're going to look at Smuggler's Run 2, Hostile Territory. We've got a lot to talk about here. Let's get started with the original Smuggler's Run for the PlayStation 2, released in the year 2000 as a launch title for the PlayStation 2. Now, what's there to say about Smuggler's Run? It's basically a mission-based game in a vehicle where you drive from point A to point B to complete the objectives and stuff. You mainly spend time picking up items and just delivering them to a location, and there you go. It's simple as that. It is a simple game, definitely, but there are some problems with it that do prevent it from being fantastic and stuff. I mean, it's still a good game. Just be forewarned, there are problems here. You'll have to proceed with caution. If you don't like these type of problems and stuff in games, then this may be a turn-off for most people. But in the end, only you can make that choice on whether you want the game or not. But I've talked about it enough. Let's get started here into the review. The story is pretty much a simple story where you are a smuggler trying to smuggle items from across the US-Mexican border and the US-Canadian border too, and you basically spend time smuggling items while avoiding the border patrol and stuff too. And be warned, they will be out to get you if they spot you and stuff, which is easy. And it's basically a simple story. Aside from the opening cutscene, the story is basically told through the briefing scenes with people talking and stuff, and it just basically tells you what you have to do. You have this one woman who calls you sugar and stuff like that, and baby and stuff, and it pretty much tells you tells you everything you need to do and stuff, and it's basically what the story is. I mean, it's nothing really deep, but for a game like this, you don't really need a deep story. Basically, you're a smuggler smuggling items and stuff like that to get them to different areas, and that's basically what it is. So let's get back on track here. Now, for the game's graphics, I will admit right now, even though this was a launch title for the PlayStation 2, which I understand that the graphics are good for its time, the graphics haven't really aged really well. You can see the blockiness in the car models, and the backgrounds look very last gen. And I understand that this was a launch title and there was more that could be done with it and stuff, but it just is disappointing on how the graphics have aged. Sure, the frame rate is smooth and stuff like that, but these graphics aren't really the best looking graphics in my opinion, definitely. So I'm just saying there that while the graphics were good for its time, they haven't really aged all that well. So that's just me. For sound, there really isn't much to say aside from the music and the voice setting. The music consists of these electronic dance hip hop tunes, and they fit really well. And it's just that it's a beat. It feels like smuggling music, let's say, smuggling music. And the voice setting is kinda campy and hokey and stuff, but still, it was the year 2000. I mean, it wasn't gonna be top-notch voice setting like how it is today and stuff, so that's excusable, so I'm just saying there. But now we gotta get into the gameplay of Smuggler's Run, and the gameplay, it's good, but there are problems that I have with it, but I'll talk about that later on. Like I mentioned, this game is basically car-based and stuff. You basically do missions in a vehicle, like a buggy or an SUV or a pickup truck, or more, and you basically are just doing the missions, and that's that. There are quite a few missions, even though they are short and stuff like that. It's just that you can't really have everything like that stuff that you want again. Because yeah, a lot of the missions are short and stuff like that, but a lot of them can be challenging too. Sometimes a little too challenging in my opinion, where it's overly difficult. And there's a lot of fun to be had here, aside from like trying to deliver like smuggling items and stuff like that at a different location. You also have races too, and you're trying to like get to a certain destination while trying to avoid the cops and pursuing the border patrol and stuff too. And like there is fun to be had here definitely, because like it basically kind of uses the same engine as Midnight Club Street Racing did and stuff too, because like they're both made by Rockstar. So you can tell that care and effort went into like they tried to make the gameplay fun and stuff like that and such. And yeah, but it doesn't come without its flaws though. And let's get started here, because there are some problems here that I need to list. First off, the vehicle physics are not very good. Like the vehicles handle very loosely, and when you jump and stuff like that, you can take damage to your vehicle, and it can roll over and stuff. And it takes time to get up, and it can cause you to fail a mission or get arrested by the border patrol. And your car has a health system too that regenerates over time. But like once the border patrol starts ganging up on you and kicking your ass and stuff like that and crash into you, just restart the mission, because you are fucked then. And speaking of the border patrol, they are ruthless. They are so ruthless. Like they'll gang up on you, and you won't be able to escape with them. You're like trapped like a rat in a maze, and they are very ruthless, very ruthless. And like, of course, like I was mentioning, that even turning with the vehicles, turning is also kind of an issue too, because you overly turn by just tapping the D-pad, and just it'll get you killed and arrested at the same time. And while there are a lot of missions in the game does feel kind of short, and you can finish in about like 6 hours or so. So more could have been done with the game, but still, like I guess I can understand it there. But just that, if you look at this game now, you realize that more could have been done with it, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, it is fun though, because like it's just, you got these big open missions to race, and even though there's not time to explore them and stuff in the Smuggler's War turf mode and stuff like that, like, which is the main mode. But still, like, it's a lot of fun to be had here, because like all the backgrounds do look nice and stuff. Although like the graphics themselves were not the best in my opinion, is what I'm trying to say there. But the bottom line is that like this game is good, just more could have been done with it, is what I'm trying to say. It's still a good game, but just be warned that like if you did not grow up with this game and you decide to pick it up today, not if you're not like me, who did play it at launch like that, which I had found this stuff, but looking back at it, all the hype it had just kind of like isn't as big as it was before, is what I'm trying to say. And aside from that, there really isn't much else to say. I mean, like, if you like games where you like wanna like drive a vehicle and stuff like that, and do vehicle-based missions stuff like that, where you're in the vehicle the whole time, then definitely pick this up, because it's still some fun to be had there. Just be forewarned that like there are those problems, so proceed with caution, I'm trying to say. So what's my final rating here on this? Well, it has faults. It does. But it's not. It doesn't kill the game. It's not a terrible game. It's still a good game. Just more could have been done than it could have been better, is what I'm trying to say. Due to the complaints I have of the game, the best score I can give it, 7 out of 10. Best score I can give it, because while it's a good game, more could have been done, is what I'm trying to say. And that's pretty much all I got to say for episode 143, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned for episode 143, part 2 of 2. We'll be taking a look at Smuggler's Run 2, Hostile Territory. How does this game fare to its predecessor? Find out next. That's all I got to say. See you all in the next episode. Peace out.